Now we're going to identify the toxic people that are around us. So I can kind of move out of the way, but there we go. Look, this person with a magnifying glass, they've found the toxic person in their group of 4 people behind them right there as they're analyzing the people. Who are the toxic people within their life? Well, toxic people are all around us. Can you spot them? Are you able to identify them? Now, these toxic people, whatever you classify as a toxic person, they could be your friends, they could be family, and they could be co-workers. They could be people within your life that perhaps you never suspected. People that are even close to you. So I want you to think about it for a moment. Some people within your life that you would consider to be toxic, that are always bringing negativity into your life. Perhaps it's that family member who, whenever you are around them, you feel so drained of energy. They're just constantly negative all the time. Maybe they're constantly, maybe it's a friend that's constantly complaining about all the problems going on within their life. And it's like you don't even want to be around them because prior to you getting together with them, you feel pretty good. Your energy is doing pretty well. You feel overall relatively good within your day. And then the moment that you meet them, the moment that you start interacting with them, it's negative thing after negative thing, and you just keep getting brought down to the point where you're just not happy anymore. You've taken on a lot of their burdens, and you feel very like a lack of energy has overcome you. And you feel very, very, very negative and bad. Perhaps you even feel bad for them that they're going through this. That brings you down. There's no positive conversation. It's like they're just extracting from you. Now, when we really think about this, you know, some people may refer to some of these people as like energy vampire type people, where they drain your energy when you're around them. They could withdraw a lot of these positive emotions to basically bring you down more to their level, is what they try to do, because they're already in a very negative place. So they feed off of this energy from other people to help them feel a little better by expressing all of their concerns and problems and all that sort of stuff, to bring other people down to their level so that they feel better while making you feel really, really bad. So these can all classify as toxic people. So it could be people you interact with every single day, such as, you know, co-workers or friends or family members. And you may never suspect that it is someone close to you. And that is one of the hardest things, because if you don't know that it's someone that is very close to you, or you don't even want to admit that these people close to you are toxic for you, then you really can't do anything about it. But ultimately, that's quite a hard decision to actually make. To come to terms with these people and actually take some sort of action to distance yourself from them. These people can often take advantage of your kindness and generosity even, where you're a very kind person, you're a very nice person, and they look at that. They look at that thinking, what can I do to exploit this person's kindness and generosity so that I can have them do something for me, and just keep doing it and they'll never suspect it. These are very, very bad, evil people, I would say, because they would take advantage of your kindness. They would take advantage of the positive things that you're going to do, to the point where you feel run down by you constantly doing things for them. Like, imagine someone, maybe you kind of know someone like this. They ask you for a favor because they see that, oh, you're a kind person. You're not going to say no. You're not going to put your foot down and say no to them. This can be someone asking you to take them somewhere, or to lend them money, or, you know, to do a certain task for them, whatever it is. It could be a coworker asking you to do a certain job that they want you to do, because maybe they can't really do it. And it's like, okay, that first time, that first ask, it's not all that bad, right? So they ask you, you would do the activity and you don't mind it because that's like the first time. And then, well, they ask you again. Maybe they ask you for the same exact thing again. Maybe they ask you for something different, but they ask again because they realize, oh, look, you didn't say no the first time and you did really good. It's like you enjoyed this activity here. And they know that you're not going to say no and you're going to do it. You're going to give in and you're going to give them what they want. So you do it again. And now, now maybe you're not as thrilled with the activity as you were before. Then they ask you again. And each time that they ask you, you start to feel as though you're being taken advantage of because the first time that they asked, you never suspected them to take advantage. So you were happy with doing it for them. It made you feel happy to see them happy. And perhaps they were very grateful. They showed a lot of thanks and they were very grateful to you. But then each time that they asked, it became more of a demand than it was an actual just asking. And they became less and less grateful. And then as a result, you feel as though you're being taken advantage of. So these are toxic people within your life that you have slipped into this mode of enabling this negative, bad behavior that they have. It's a very, very, very bad situation to be in, but it can come from anyone. You don't ever want to admit that a close friend or a family member is taking advantage of you in this way. If you're a very kind person, if you're a very generous person, you want people to appreciate what you have to offer. You don't want them to take advantage of it to the point where it almost seems as though they intentionally take unnecessary risks because they know that you will cover whatever it is that they're doing. Whether it be financial problems or any sort of other trouble that they may end up going into, they know that you will cover them because you're a very kind and generous person. So they take advantage of that. So these are very toxic people within your life. And they tend to be people who are close to us. But it can also be acquaintances as well. It can be people that perhaps if we go to some sort of event or some sort of class or other acquaintances that we meet throughout our lifetime, people that we're talking to that we get stuck in a conversation with who just seem to just constantly bring up all this negativity, almost as if they're just draining the conversation. These are people who may butt in on other people's conversations and steer it in a different way and just drain the emotions from that conversation. So you really have to be careful and mindful of some of these people that you're interacting with. Some of the people who are around you, who are infiltrating some of your groups, who are your family and your friends, your co-workers, your just random acquaintances that you meet. Anyone can be a toxic person, so you have to just be aware and protect yourself against a lot of their negativity, because the more that you're around them, the more that you let yourself be drained by them, then you're going to end up feeling worse and worse and worse, and you may not know what to do from there. So you have to be able to spot them, put your foot down, and start to distance yourself from them.